How do journals, the media and politicians disgust me. There are people in Europe and the like voting for politicians and the like who've got the people's hearts at interests, and that's what we want. This country, England, I think we're fucked, I'm not sure. We definitely need somebody to vote for other than the current set of scumbags. It's as though the politicians and media forgot the incidents in Ireland about young children and a young teacher being stabbed. No word of that now. That's been put to bed. I've heard one journal talking about this poor guy who had to be surrounded by 3 women, or he could have died. That's the perpetrator of the attacks. The guy who was stabbing the children. Yeah, the poor guy. There was a lot of hatred. He could have been killed. Does anyone really give a fuck if somebody like him gets killed? It's disgusting. J.K. Rowling, the woman of Harry Potter fame. Trans women are not women. Biology, fact, science, truth. You know, she is hated among certain communities now. She's about women's rights. Is what J.K. Rowling says hate speech? See, in Ireland, no one's defining the word hate. We don't know what hate speech is. It appears that a lot of it has to do with offence, being offended. Not hurt physically, being offended by something somebody posts on media or says or has in their possession. Conor McGregor. Now, Conor McGregor's got plenty of money. We all knew the Irish government, police will go after Conor McGregor after his tweets around the riots. He said Ireland is at war. He don't mean literally. He's talking about the politicians and the elites, is he not? And the media pushing certain agendas, immigration and the like. Ireland's taken 200,000 immigrants in the last couple of years. That's with a population of 5 million. That's a lot of people. It's affecting everyday living for lots of people. So the government's brought in new hate speech laws. Ireland already had hate speech laws dating back to the 80s that have been used. You know, what they'd expect to be against religion, minorities and the like, preaching hatred or inciting hatred and violence. That's common sense, isn't it? Nobody wants that. But they brought in these new dystopian hate speech laws. Anyone seen Minority Report? That's what's been mentioned. It's a film with Tom Cruise. He's a copper. Thought police. People are arrested, tried and sentenced before crimes are committed. Crimes that may or may not happen. The thought police. That's where we're at, guys. A copper. This had never happened, but maybe takes a dislike to you or is offended. Or somebody else is offended by you. And it's thought that you may have in your possession literature. Where has the lad gone? Literature or something on your lap, your phone, your devices, or even something written down. Just one copper suspects that. They can get a warrant and turn up at your house. Take your devices, anything that is protected, passcode protected, you need to give them that code or it's going to be an offence and you can be locked up. Thought police, again, no definition of hatred. There are protected groups, maybe up to a dozen. The obvious ones, ethnic minorities, the travelling community, the transgender community. Incidentally, I remember a very good friend of mine, a long time ago, Sheffield Council, maybe 30 years, in a meeting. It was about ethnic minorities. So this chair of the meeting, big black lady, was harping on, and my friend said, "You've forgotten the Irish." She said, "What do you mean?" She says, "The Irish are an ethnic minority." This big black lady says, "That's ridiculous, they're white people." Well, no, the Irish themselves are an ethnic minority, small in number. So that's where we're at, guys. Someone can turn up at your house, thought police, something you might have said, might not say. Maybe you're thinking it doesn't affect you now. You can bet your life it's going to affect you, because what starts somewhere like Ireland, come out of you, will quite definitely end up here and everywhere else. Saw a video online, a Londoner born and bred, not quite sure how old he was, maybe somewhere around my age. So he was on Facebook. He did a little live or a little video. Basically, he was walking down his local street and he was having a bit of a rant. He was complaining about intimidation from events of recent weeks. People were no longer eating out, people felt threatened, small businesses were struggling. Flags of a certain nation posted everywhere. Like, as he says, to fly the English flag, the George Cross, or the Union Jack, is a no-no. So he's walking down and he's filming flags and banners and posters and generally complaining and ranting. And you know what happened next, don't you? He gets a knock on the door at night from the police. Somebody videoed his arrest. 3 young coppers, you know, banged to rights. They've got someone now, they've got a real villain. Someone posted on Facebook, possible hate speech, incitement and the like. It was nothing of the sort. However, he was arrested. He was threatened with violence. He was threatened he would be gassed and the like. I shouldn't be laughing really, because it's not funny, is it? You know, saying something about where you were born and bred, about businesses, about places struggling, about people feeling intimidated, you know, and you can't even fly the flag of your country or the Union Jack, is very, very wrong. Let's see what happens with Conor McGregor. Hate speech. No definition of hate. Coming to a country near you. Thanks for your continued support. Thanks for your support for guests past, present and future. God bless you all. Parting shot as always. Al City.